Hello, today we are going to talk about US dollar index. The dollar index, which includes symbols like USDX, DXY, or DX, also known as the DXY, is an index or measure of the value of the United States dollar in relation to a basket of foreign currencies. When the value of the US dollar outweighs that of other currencies, the index rises. The record is planned, kept up with, and distributed by ICE, with the name US dollar record, an enrolled brand name. The euro, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, British pound, Swedish krona, and Swiss franc are the 6 foreign currencies used in the index's current calculation. It is the dollar's weighted geometric mean in relation to the following specific currencies. Euro, 57.6% weight. Japanese yen, 13.6% weight. Pound authentic, 11.9% weight. Canadian dollar, 9.1% weight. Swedish krona, 4.2% weight. Swiss franc, 3.6% weight. The US dollar list is a proportion of the worth of the US dollar comparative with a bushel of unfamiliar monetary forms. After the Bretton Woods Agreement was broken up in 1973, the U.S. Federal Reserve started the USDX. ICE Data Indices, a subsidiary of the Intercontinental Exchange, is now in charge of maintaining it. The 6 monetary forms remembered for the USDX are frequently alluded to as America's most huge exchanging accomplices, however the file has just been refreshed once. When the German mark, French franc, Italian lira, Dutch guilder, and Belgian franc were all replaced by the euro in 1999. As a result, the index does not accurately reflect U.S. trade today. Since its inception in 1973, the index has been weighted in relation to a base of 100. It was established shortly following the dissolution of the Bretton Woods Agreement. Participating nations settled their balances in U.S. dollars, which served as the reserve currency. Additionally, the USD was fully convertible into gold at a rate of $35 per ounce. Concerns about the exchange rates and their connection to how gold was priced emerged as a result of the USD's excessive overvaluation. As a result of President Richard Nixon's decision to temporarily suspend the gold standard, other nations were free to select any exchange arrangement other than the gold price. The agreement was ended in 1973 when many foreign governments decided to let their currency rates float. Throughout its history, the US dollar index has experienced sharp ups and downs. It reached nearly 165 in 1984, a record high. Its record-breaking low was almost 70 out of 2007. The US dollar index has fluctuated somewhat between 90 and 110 over the past few years. Inflation and deflation in the dollar and other currencies in the comparable basket, as well as recessions and economic growth in those nations, have an impact on the index. Since the index began, only once have the currencies in the basket changed. In 1999, the euro took the place of many European currencies that had been in the index before, like the Deutschmark, which was Germany's first currency. As the index tries to represent major trading partners for the United States, it is likely that currencies will be replaced in the coming years. Due to China and Mexico being major trading partners with the United States, currencies like the Chinese yuan and the Mexican peso are likely to replace other currencies in the index in the future. An index value of 120 indicates that the United States dollar has appreciated by 20% compared to the basket of currencies over the time period in question. To put it simply, a rise in the USDX indicates that the value or strength of the US dollar is increasing in comparison to other currencies. In a similar vein, the index's current value of 80 indicates a 20% decline from its initial value. The relevant time period influences both the appreciation and depreciation results. In a single transaction, Traders can track the USD's value in relation to a basket of various currencies using the US dollar index. They can also use it to hedge their bets against dollar-related risks. On the USDX, futures and options strategies can be incorporated. The New York Board of Trade is where these financial products are currently traded. The index can be used by investors to speculate or hedge general currency movements. The file is likewise accessible by implication as a feature of trade-exchanged reserves or shared reserves. For instance, the Invesco DB US Dollar Index Bullish Fund is an exchange-traded fund that uses USDX futures contracts to track changes in the value of the US dollar. The Wisdom Tree Bloomberg US Dollar Bullish Fund is an actively managed exchange-traded fund that backs the US dollar against a range of currencies from developed and emerging markets. Additionally, Invesco DB offers its US Dollar Index Bearish Fund, which shorts the dollar and appreciates in value in response to the currency's weakness. The dollar index measures how the US dollar compares to a group of important global currencies. The dollar is strengthening against the basket if the index is rising, and the other way around. The USDX is based on a basket of 6 currencies that are weighted differently. The US dollar index is calculated using the following formula. The weighted average of the US dollar's exchange rates against these currencies is used to calculate the index. This average is then normalized by an indexing factor of approximately 50.1435. The US dollar index is a relative measure of the strength of the United States dollar against a basket of 6 influential currencies. These currencies include the euro, pound, yen, Canadian dollar, Swedish krona. Since its creation in 1973, the index has served its purpose well. The USDX can be utilized as an intermediary for the soundness of the US economy, and dealers can utilize it to guess on the dollar's adjustment of significant worth or as a support against money openness somewhere else. Thank you for watching. For more financial news and info, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.